Today, I want to talk about a deal that nearly broke my entire property career. This is something I think is really important because when you go online, all you see is how amazing deals are, how much profit people are making, how amazing property is. And sometimes we need to peel away the curtain a little bit further to understand that not every deal is brilliant and people make mistakes. And today I want to talk about that mistake that we made that, as I said, nearly broke my entire property portfolio. To set the scene, to talk about the story, what happened was we found an off-market deal through Facebook ads. We met with the vendor at the property. The property was in an okay condition. It needed a little bit of work, but what really attracted me to the deal was our ability to negotiate even further. This property was worth 120 to 130,000 pounds. It needed minimal work. We're talking a few £1,000s, mainly electric to get the electric certificate, and the gas safety, and then a few snagging issues within the property. And the vendor we were speaking to was open to a negotiation around 105,000 pounds. The reason I really liked this deal is because the amount of money it cost was minimal, because we needed 25% deposit, stamp duty, solicitors, etc., and then a small refurb to add some value. But also the numbers look really good due to the equity built into the deal from day one. And then the rental value was 750 as well. So now we know the numbers, I want to talk about the actual property and why I was attracted to it. It's a 2-bed end terrace property just outside Leeds. It's an LS postcode, but just outside the city centre. So it ticked that common box of in city centres or just outside. The property is made up of downstairs, it's got a living room, quite a large living room, which is good. And it's also got a kitchen with a cellar underneath, although we've not looked at converting it, but it's got space for storage. We've also, once you go upstairs, it's got quite a large bathroom. When we purchased this property, the bathroom was in very good condition. Again, another reason that I was quite attracted to this property in general. Then we have the master bedroom on the first floor, which is a very large master bedroom. Once we go upstairs to the top floor, we have a final bedroom that follows the building regs, follows everything. So there was minimal work that was needed. It had a dormer, and the roof was in good condition as well. And it's also quite a large bedroom. So we have 2 good-sized double, if not bigger, bedrooms, a good-sized bathroom in very nice condition, a large living room, and a kitchen, all in good condition. The only works that we've talked about that was needed was electric works, and then some snagging issues such as joinery, doors, etc. And I think we changed a bit of carpets as well. So there was minimal works that was needed. This was a prime property. What we call it is a need not want property. So it's 2+ bedrooms, it's a freehold, it's a house, and it's just outside the city centre. So the data ticked the boxes. The yields were good, the rent was good, and the equity we purchased within the deal was very good as well. We were ticking nearly all the boxes. And the box we didn't tick, being the specific knowledge of the area, had that detriment effect to the deal. On paper, this deal ticked every single box, and I was looking forward to it. The only thing with this deal that I wasn't excited about was the specific area. And this is the interesting part. This is the lesson learned. The area didn't tick that box. Everything else was brilliant. And one thing that we teach people, one thing that we meant to do, is we can't let emotion get in the way of our property purchases. And emotion got in the way of this one. I met with the vendor. They were open to negotiating on the deal due to their onward purchase. So this was a chain break. Their onward purchase was their family home. That was where they really wanted to move to. And that was something that they needed this to work. Otherwise, they'd have lost out on that due to it being a type of structured deal. I think it was a new build. So we stepped in to purchase this property for them at that price. And as I say, the deal made sense on paper. But what we learned is when we realized that, yes, the numbers and the data works, but it's so important when it comes to the area specifically. As I said, I had a gut feeling about that area. Fast forward to the purchase, fast forward to the refurb. We got this property on the market. The rent was 750. We were due to make a few £100s a month. As I say, on paper, this deal was brilliant. We had tenants moving pretty quickly. They paid the deposit, they moved in. They paid for the first 2 months. Month 3, there was no payment. So we chased and we caught up with them. That would be paid on top of month 4 payment. Month 4, no payment again. Month 5, no payment again. We realised what happened here. As I said, we bought in what I think was the wrong area. On paper, absolutely fantastic. We weren't making money. We were losing money. We had to pay the mortgage costs. The bills weren't getting paid, so we had to pay the bills as well. Then what happened, they eventually moved out a few months later. Then we had to go back into the property and spend another few £1,000s doing the property back up. Don't ask me how. Somehow we had to replace the entire kitchen flooring. So we worked with a partner that took the kitchen out, took away the flooring, rebuilt it all, put the kitchen back in to save costs. This cost us a few £1,000s. Then what happened, if you follow the theme here, we then got somebody else in. The rents had increased massively in the area, so we were looking at 880. Got it agreed. Month 1, no payment. Okay, they paid eventually. It was a little bit late, but month 2, no payment. When we went back into the property, they just left it. Thankfully, the deposit covered a little bit of the works, but we still were down about £1,000 to get the works done. Bear in mind, we're about a year in now, and we were losing money on the overall deal. Even if we had the equity built in, we were losing money. What's happened now is we've gone back into the property, we've done a little bit more work, we've got it up to scratch, and we're even more focused on providing the right tenants. So we've got guarantor in place, and we've doubled down on the referencing as well. So we're getting somebody to move in. I think we're taking a lower price, so we're around 825 now, but we've got somebody moving in that we're a bit more confident with. The reason that we talk about this is because not every property is perfect. Mistakes can happen. It's how we mitigate these mistakes. And the way that we've mitigated this mistake is we've learned the lesson of not buying on numbers alone. It's equally as important that we know our areas. We work with investors based down south. We work with investors in London, etc. We work with investors based abroad. We actually have investors based in Australia. So as a business, we source properties on for investors that want to invest further north in the UK because it's a better investment. Better yields, capital growth, the data's looking very good, and you leverage to get more for your money. By doing that, investors don't have a time to go up to the north, so they take risks by working with people like myself and investing in these areas. So it's paramount that when we're working with investors, we know the right areas from the wrong areas. We've made that mistake, so we can work with investors so that they can invest confidently in the right areas, which this property has not been. So we've learned a very expensive lesson there. If you're looking to invest in or working with someone that knows their areas inside and out, so you can stop or mitigate the risk like we've had for these problems to occur that can wipe out all your profits and stop you from reinvesting in future portfolio building, I'll put a link in the description, get in touch, and we can most certainly help you invest wisely and in the right areas. Like and subscribe for more.